Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Outpost map, and we've got a platoon with Fury, Lion Balls and Tallow. Bit of a power platoon there. Now this is not a map I've got a lot of familiarity with, so I'm very interested in see how this gets played, and hopefully that you might pick up some tips about playing this map. Now, from what I've seen before, the centre of the map is a bit of a power area, because you can basically shoot across different sides of the map, but obviously there are limited places you can shoot from, and therefore, yeah, people can, focus on those areas. So anyway, Fury's in the Skorpion, and it's just an old. I was going to say it was an alt tier 8. No, it's actually got tier 9s in it. So there's 4 tier 9s and the rest are tier 8s. And he's managed to find a UDIS 03 who's down in the south area. Put in a nice shot there. But there's a few tanks have gone in the middle that the enemy's basically claimed and are showing targets now. Looks like that LT-432 is out in the open. Yes, it is. Can he get a shot into him? No, unfortunately, but it is a bit of a low-profile tank, as you've seen from yesterday's video. So a bit hard to shoot at long distance at. But there are still a few targets now. There's a few TDs off to their right, but they're behind a hill and just pop up, shoot, and pop back down again, which is sort of roughly what Fury's doing here. You've got quite a row of bushes here, so that gives you access to those hills and also to the centre now. But you're relying on the enemies from sort of making mistakes and coming out in the open, like that VK there. Can you get a shot into him? Well, that certainly connected, but it didn't penetrate, and he got spotted. Now it's a bit unclear what he got spotted by, but there is an LC out there. The LT-432 has been taken out, but there's still an LC even somewhere. Got their own light tank there, the Senlake, who's sort of got a fairly aggressive position, trying to spot, and he's obviously been spotted himself and taken some damage, and hopefully that's attracted some tanks to him, like that Caliban, and he's just been reduced to being sent back to the garage. Alright, so the team's made quite a bit of progress. They're about the same amount of hit points. They're now, I was about to say 3 tanks in advance, they're now 2 tanks in advance. Early days yet, still only in the first few minutes of the game. Oh, there's the LCs in the centre there. So yeah, I wonder what we're spotting, unless he's sort of roaming around. But definitely the TDs off to the right could be using binocs, so they won't spot him where he is. You can see the view range circles on the near map there. I'm not going to spot him themselves. And just looking for the enemy to push out and make some mistakes. There are some open areas they can get to, but now that they know there's plenty of firepower down to the south where Fury and his team are, if they're not aware of that, then they're going to be making a bit of a mistake if they do come out to those areas they can shoot from. There's a T-28 prototype. Can you put a shot into him? Yes, luckily that connects. So you can see he didn't wait for the view circle aiming circle to reduce dramatically. But again, with a high skilled crew and with food running, you've got a reasonable chance of getting a shot down the centre. So just a waiting game. Now you can see there's a flock of tanks up to the north from their side who are basically shooting back, so that's sort of drawing the enemy out to that side of the map as well. So potentially this location is not going to be that productive at the moment, although that BZ looks like he's potentially poking out this way. Yes, is he coming out? Fury's looking for a shot. That ELC, no, the ELC's taken out by Tallow, who's decided to move into the centre and wreak a bit of havoc himself. Unfortunately, they lose their Senlac, so both sides now without any light tanks. Like the enemy side had 2 light tanks, that's interesting. So, a bit of an imbalance, you don't normally get that. Alright, now here we go, tanks coming out to the open. So the BZ comes out. Fortunately that shot doesn't connect, but now they've spotted Buddy Powell. It's also from one of our clan out in the middle in his shiny Type 59 gold. And he pays the price of being spotted and gets reduced quite substantially. Now here's the BZ, is coming out just in time to be shot to death. Yep, sent back to the garage. So that's Fury's first kill. Alright, so they've now got a significant hit point lead. Looks like Tallow in the middle is basically distracting them, which is nice. So Fury can come around here, get a bit closer to where the enemy TDs are. You can see his team's already pushed up in that area, so they've got quite a bit of support there. Tallow takes out Buddy Powell. He's sort of coming to the area where the Senlac was, and now he's got side shots on the 50 TP. No, he's not going to have side shots on the 50 TP because he's been destroyed. But now there's the BZ, second BZ, and he's picked up some tracking damage as well. That BZ being sent back pretty quickly to the garage as well. So they're sort of wrapping up the enemy team now. There's the VK, it's got the rear of it, and another kill there to Fury. So 2 kills there to Fury. And now they can start to take some more risks. So there's the T28. Puts a nice shot on him. Oh, and I think we're going for a ram kill here with the Skorpion. Yes, bang! Takes some damage, but he's got enough hit points to stay there, and that's allowed him to get his 3rd kill. Oh, and he's found a Striv who's just tagged him, but Striv pays the price for being taken out. And he finds a Shrek there, leaves him on 2 hit points, and his hit points get taken away from him, and that is the end of the game. So, all over in about 8 minutes. Okay, the results. 3.9k of damage and 3 kills, and another 1800 of assisted damage there, so 5.8k of total combined damage, and he's earned the Ace Tanker badge with that. So let's have the team score. So he's finished just ahead of Tallow with 1326 base. Tallow's on 1300, and only probably 1 shot less of damage. And then Papa Bear from Lancer Clan has got the 2nd highest damage there. So and then 4th player also did 3k. So there you go, 4 players doing over 3k and nearly 4k. And Lion Ball's yeah, a little bit behind there. He must have either fallen asleep or just didn't have the same opportunities, was the most likely. And on the enemy side, the highest damage was 2.3k there, none of them doing more than 2.3. So yeah, bit of an overrun at the end. Anyway, so Fury's results. Fired 12 shots, 10 landed and 9 of those penetrated. He had bonus from the platoon running and spent a little bit on ammo and premium consumables, but ended up with a nice profit of 94k. So very nice result there. In any case, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please have a look at doing that. We'll have more good content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.